Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you all the latest news, sport and weather from the Lyme Regis area. Former Mayor of Lyme Regis and the town's longest serving councillor, Stan Williams, has died at the age of 87. Councillor Williams died peacefully on Sunday at a care home in Seaton, where he had been living for his final few months. He was taken ill shortly after being made an honorary freeman of Lyme Regis in August 2021, recognising more than half a century of service to the community. Mr Williams attended St Gilda's Catholic School in the town before going on to Lyme Regis Grammar School. After serving for 2 years in the Royal Air Force, he ran various businesses in Lyme Regis, including the Beachcomber restaurant, where the Blue Lice Gallery is now sited. He first joined what was then known as Lyme Regis Borough Council in 1969 and played an instrumental part in the local government reorganisation of 1974, later going on to serve as mayor in the late 1990s. He remained a serving member of Lyme Regis Town Council until his death, although he had not been able to attend meetings in recent months. Stan also played a significant part in the community outside of the council chamber, including in the development of the Woodmead Halls, of which he was life president. In his younger days, Stan played football for Lyme Regis Football Club and served on Lyme Regis Lifeboat Crew, and he was also a member of several other local organisations. His funeral will be held at St Michael's Parish Church in Lyme Regis at 11 AM on Monday, February 7th. Campaigners have sent a clear message to water companies that sewage overflows in our rivers and seas should no longer be tolerated. Dozens of regular sea swimmers gathered on Lyme Regis Beach to literally spell out their message in the sand. They were campaigning against water companies being permitted to allow sewage overflows in rivers and seas in stormy weather, and are calling for all year round water quality monitoring in Lyme Regis. This is currently only carried out by the Environment Agency during what is considered the main bathing season in the summer. But Lyme Bay is becoming increasingly popular with water sports enthusiasts throughout the year, including many swimming groups such as the Lyme Regis Blue Tits.
Hi, I'm Beverly Glock and I'm with the Lyme Regis Blue Tits Chill Swimmers group.
And what's going on here this fine January morning?
So January, it's the middle of January, it's like 9 degrees in the water and there's all these swimmers. We swim every day, at least once a day, sometimes 4 or 5 times, all year round. And we have to combat the sewage, the raw sewage that is going into our sea. The monitoring station is turned off beginning of September. Assume that the Environment Agency don't think anybody swims after then. Any really bad weather, we know what Dorset storms are like. So Dorset storms, bad weather, heavy rain, all the overflow sewage from the restaurants and the bars along the seafront goes straight into the sea. So the sewage, any overflow with heavy rainfall, it goes straight into the sea. The sewers haven't been upgraded since Victorian times. No investment has been put into the infrastructure since 1989. And it's just ridiculous. The water companies are making money. They need to invest in the water quality that we are swimming in. We do not want to swim in poo. We are fed up with swimming in poo.
South West Water, rated the worst water company in a league table compiled by the charity Surfers Against Sewage, says it has invested £100 million in stormwater storage alone since privatisation in 1989. But campaigners have argued that this is not enough compared to the company's huge profits and salaries. West Dorset MP Chris Loder said he is deeply embarrassed by revelations of Downing Street parties held during the coronavirus pandemic. National headlines have been dominated by revelations of several parties being held at number 10, contravening COVID-19 restrictions, with an increasing number of MPs, including several Conservatives, calling for Prime Minister Boris Johnson to resign. Mr Johnson apologised in the House of Commons last week, admitting he had attended one event at Downing Street, which he considered to be a work event. He then said that none of his staff had advised him that the gathering was breaking COVID restrictions, a statement that has been highly criticised by opposition MPs and the media. An investigation into the alleged parties is now being led by senior civil servant Sue Gray. Mr Loder has not gone as far as to call for the PM's resignation, instead saying he wants to see him succeed, but in a column published in The Telegraph this week, he accepted that Boris's apology was not enough. Mr Loder says he now wants to make sure decency, honour and trust are restored at the heart of the government. The full-scale statue of famous fossil hunter Mary Anning has been unveiled for the first time as it is prepared to be cast in bronze. The organisation Mary Anning Rocks, which raised £100,000 for the statue to be erected in Lyme Regis, revealed photos this week as artist Denise Dutton completed the statue in clay. It will now be cast in bronze, ready to be erected on Guncliffe Walk and unveiled on May 21st this year, 223 years after Mary Anning's birth. The statue depicts Mary in full stride, carrying an ammonite and her tools, with her dog Tray at her feet. The campaign for the statue was led by Dorset schoolgirl Evie Swire, then just 10 years old, who set about fundraising with her mother and was backed by high-profile supporters such as the author Tracy Chevalier, who wrote Remarkable Creatures based on Mary Anning's life, and broadcaster and natural historian Sir David Attenborough. Can you believe that it was 15 years ago this week that the MSC Napoli came into trouble in the English Channel, later being run aground in Lyme Bay off Branscombe? The cargo ship developed a hull breach in rough seas in January 2007 and was deliberately run aground in the bay to avoid an environmental disaster. More than 100 containers fell into the sea and oil spilled for 5 miles, affecting some local wildlife. The incident resulted in national headlines as hundreds flocked to the Jurassic Coast to scavenge the ship's cargo, with everything from BMW motorbikes to nappies and shampoo bottles taken from the beach. It was years before the ship was eventually removed from Lyme Bay. It was refloated in July 2007, but immediately re-beached as a crack measuring 3 metres was found in the vessel's hull. The Napoli was eventually broken up after several attempts at controlled explosions, and the removal was finally completed in July 2009. Lyme Regis Football Club started the new year with a scintillating victory over one of the top teams in the Devon and Exeter Premier Division. In the run-up to Christmas, the Seasiders showed glimpses of form, but gave away too many goals from leading positions, losing 5 of their 13 fixtures. But it was a different story on Saturday when they stormed into a 3-0 lead away to ambitious Beer Albion, who were 3rd place in the division. Goals from Ben Turner, Tyler Wellman and Joe Bond got the Seasiders off to a storming start. In front of a big crowd, Beer fought back to 3-3 before Mark Bailey sealed the 4-3 victory in the 75th minute. The Lyme supporters thought it was one of the best performances they had seen from the Seasiders for some time. Tomorrow, Lyme will play host to Tipton St John from Devon and Exeter Division 2 in the first round of the East Devon Senior Cup with a 1:45 kick-off. Lyme Reserve's home match was postponed due to the Davyfort pitch being waterlogged last weekend, but that allowed Lyme Rovers to field a strong side against Waytown Hounds in the Perry Street League, and they coasted to a 6-1 victory, their first of the season, with Steve Beattie scoring a hat-trick. Up Lyme continued their good form in the Devon and Exeter League with a 1-0 victory over Central, courtesy of an Ollie Alner goal. This weekend they are at home to Division 6 opponents Witheridge. There is plenty of live music to keep you entertained in Lyme Regis this weekend. Folk singer Martin Carthy and his twice Mercury-nominated daughter Eliza will perform at the Marine Theatre tonight with doors opening at 7 p.m, and local duo Guilty Pleasure will entertain at the Ship Inn from 8:30. On Saturday night, multi-instrumentalist Suntu Sasso from the Gambia will perform with his band at the Marine, with doors again opening at 7 p.m, and the Nag's Head will host its weekly live music night from 9 p.m with the Relics. The dry weather will continue this weekend with sunny intervals and a fresh breeze forecast today and on Saturday, and more cloud coverage expected on Sunday with high temperatures of 8 degrees. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. You can find all the latest local news throughout the week on the LymeOnline website, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date 24/7. Have a great weekend.